How's it going, YouTube? We're here with the 1322. Time to chronograph this sucker and see how we did with our little custom build here. So this was a 1377, and of course we do have a 1322 full powered valve in this thing, as well as the transfer port, which is much larger than the Canadian version 1377. And we're shooting Crosman pellets that are 14.3 grain. So I gotta pump this up 10 times, so hang on a second. Now these will be the first shots out of this gun, so we'll see how well she does. Ooh, that hit my iPad. Oh, that's not good. I think we better change the angle. Maybe put it on the other side. Hang on. Well, at least it didn't break my iPad. That's always a good thing. Okay. Maybe that'll work better. That one came back. Ooh, better take a close look at that after. Okay, 480 is good. $484. Error 3. All right. All right. 468. Making sure this goes over both sensors properly all the time too really helps. 461. Four 70s. $466. I'm going to give it an average of, we'll say, about 465. That's still about 6.9-ish foot-pounds of energy out of a 14.3. That's actually pretty good. One of my pellets came out of my cam. All right, so I'm going to go in the house quick. I'm going to get my Predator poly mags. I should have actually thought about bringing them out here. They're 16 grain. So I'm going to just stop the camera and restart. All right, so I got the Predator polymags with me now. These are a 16 grain pellet. They're a really good hunting pellet. All right, let's see what these do. 432. Not bad. Now, the first pump you ever do doesn't hardly put anything in there. So we're going to do 11 pumps, okay? Let me get this sucker in here. Because you don't start to build up pressure until the second pump, so we're going to go 11. $462 at 11. Let's see if that repeats itself. Oh, that didn't register. What is that dual? All right, try that again. $452. One more. And we'll do the last one at 10. $451. So we're going to call it 450s at 11. So let's try that 10 again. All right. $441. So we should get pretty consistent around there. So once you start getting up into the, 460s with a 16 grain, you're definitely up around the 8-pound range for foot-pounds. So at 450 at 11 pumps, we're about 7 and change for FPE. 441, we're pushing, I would say, pretty much the same as a 14.3, around 6.5 to 6.8 foot-pounds of energy. More than enough. Now, what this gun is going to shoot the best with, that yet remains to be seen. Because, well, we gotta sight this sucker in. I bore sighted it, but now my friggin' arm is a little bit tired for this crap. Besides, I want to do this on a less windier day, so I can get it sighted in a lot more accurately. And I'm going to set it up for about probably 12, 14 yards, because I'm actually hunting deer at 14. And the grouse that I got last year was at 14, I got with my bow. But I also want to, whack a few squirrels and, other grouse that do come closer. So I figure I'd probably sight between, anywhere between, I say 10 to 14 yard sight in. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll split the difference, go to 12, and that should be more than enough, because I'm not going to have much difference between 12 to 14, but 10 to 14, you're going to have a bit of a difference. So, but I'd say she did pretty good. And that I'm happy with, very happy with the results. So we did good. And putting that extra pump in there, at least on the predators, definitely helps, and it helps with the Crosman pellets too, have that one extra pump, because like I said, like first pump, you're not putting squat in there, you know what I mean? But once you get from the first pump, second pump gets tighter, now you're putting something out. So anyway, that's it. That's all. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments. But that's our little custom conversion from a 1377 to a 1322. We do have a countersunk system going on here because this was a cut 14-inch barrel, and it's the only way it was going to go because we don't have a taper cut like the stock barrel. So anyway, see you on the next one.